Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about being well paid and having it easy. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, why is it that programmers are so well paid even though the job is so easy? I'm also a programmer and I think it is easy. Well, good for you. Uh, the short answer is that the vast majority of companies are finding it difficult to find someone who can do the job that they need to be done. And the supply of software developers is so low, in fact, that there's really not much you can do. You can offer good salaries, which is sort of normal, and the salaries are usually set one part because of what the expectations on salaries differ from region to region, but a lot of the consultancy companies, for example, they are also like sort of helping out in the what the pay bracket is for software developers, because the demand for software developers, that well, it's so high that and there's simply not enough, that the price goes up. And that's usually not so much because you can't find someone who sort of knows some code. The problem is to find someone who knows it well enough so that they can do whatever it is that you want them to do. And so consultancies, of course, they are always out for quick money, and or they're always out to looking for customers. So they find software developers, and then of course they charge the companies who need the software developers a fair amount, and the more everybody is willing to pay, the higher the salary. Well, and then the consultancies, they want to keep their employees, of course, so they have to try to get their customers to pay more, and and then of course the companies themselves are trying to kind of balance their spendings, and then that also raises the expectations of the in-house developers, like the people who are not consultants. So it's all kind of just it sort of very quickly becomes a seller's market, because you start to realize that the consultancies can simply not provide enough software developers usually. And it doesn't really matter that you have endless amounts of money, because to most people, software development and programming and so forth, whether or not it's easy or not, that's, as I said, it's up for discussion. But at the very least, I think we can agree on that there's not enough people who know it well enough. Really that simple. I mean, there are many things that you could consider being easy, if that makes sense, but it's if you can't do the job, or you can't find someone who knows how to do the job, then it doesn't matter if it's easy or hard. Your salary, you're gonna get paid regardless, because it's not about how difficult things are when we talk about the open market. It is about the value and the demand for the thing that you are doing. I hope that makes sense to you. So, what I want you to take away from this is that programmers are usually well paid because the demand is super, super, super high. And whether or not it's because it's weird because you find it's easy or not, it's not really for me to say. All I can say is that I've never really met someone who found it to be all that easy when they start. Some people feel that it's easy, some people feel that it's not. But for all I can say is that there's not enough people who know how to do it well for the market to have enough software developers to go around. Because if we had a saturation, I can promise you the salaries were going to start dropping pretty damn quick. If you look at a lot of professions that are quote unquote easy in the world and that are not so well paid, it is usually because there's a lot of people in line who will be able to do that job with not that much requirements in terms of training and things like that. And since you don't really have people who are willing to make the same sorts of upfront investments into programming, you don't have as many people to go around, and so the supply dwindles and the demand goes up. Basic economics, or open market economics, and that's usually the whole Well, it's usually not much more to that story. Have a great day.